It all started a few years ago. I was trading my mega capybara for an owl. Then, someone told me a mega capybara isn't worth an owl. Go learn values. I couldn't believe it. I was just trading for what I liked, and if I got an owl, I'd happily trade it back for a mega capybara or a different old mega pet. Maybe even with some ads for a little profit. 'Cause for me, good pets were megas and pets like Shadow Dragon or Frost Dragon. That moment, that's when I realized Adopt Me value websites were a thing, and soon, I saw more and more people started using them to make trades. At first, I didn't really pay much attention to these value sites. I was just trading for fun, and my goal was to collect every mega pet in the game. But over time, I noticed that players were starting to take them seriously. Moving forward to today, I want to talk about the Rainbow Rattle, which only around 50 exists in Adopt Me. As you can see, I made this trade about 6 to 7 months ago and got a pretty good deal for it. But today, on the value sites that many people use, it's only listed at around 11 Frost Dragons. A few months back on Elfbred, it was just 8 plus Frost Dragons, and that's completely broken. Analyzing that, demand alone can't make it worth so much less because there are only around 50 of them in the game. I even saw someone trading a Mega Owl for a Rainbow Rattle at that moment, which shows that people are really trusting these value sites to say it's worth so little. You see, what's really happening is that many players believe a pet or item's demand is rising simply because its value goes up on value websites. In reality, a lot of people don't even know how or why that item suddenly became worth so much. They just see the number increase and assume the demand is real. Now moving on to Shadow Dragon and Bat Dragon. For a long time, everything was going great in Adopt Me, and Shadow Dragon was considered the most valuable pet in the game. But then, some value websites suddenly decided to drop the value of the Shadow Dragon, and that made people think its demand was low while it was not at the time. In my opinion, Shadow Dragon never had low demand. For a lot of players, it's still one of the best pets in the game. I'm not hating on the Bat Dragon at all, but even if it deserves to be in first place, it shouldn't be by such a huge difference. That gap feels more like websites controlled. Think about it like this. The Shadow Dragon was one of the first pets that cost 1,000 Robux, when most players didn't really buy Robux pets the way they do now. On the other hand, the Bat Dragon cost 180,000 candies, something anyone could grind for during the event. Now compare that to the Christmas 2022 update. The Strawberry Bat Dragon was a 1,000 Robux pet, similar to how the Shadow Dragon was back then. Meanwhile, the Ice Moth Dragon cost around 120,000 gingerbread, just like the Bat Dragon was grindable with candies. What's interesting is that the Strawberry Bat Dragon ended up surpassing the Ice Moth Dragon by a lot. But in the Halloween 2019 update, we saw the opposite happen, where the grindable Bat Dragon overtook the Robux Shadow Dragon. Now, some people may think that Bat Dragon took over cause it's preppy and really old, so that we can't compare it to an Ice Moth Dragon, but for me Shadow Dragon is the best pet in Adopt Me. What do you guys think about it? Now, let's talk about exotics and preppy pets. Simply, a pet should only be considered an exotic if it meets a certain criteria. As you can see on the screen right now, the problem is that nowadays, almost every new pet that comes into Adopt Me gets called exotic, mainly because people want overpays for it. That's where things start to get unhealthy. When everything is labeled exotic, the word loses its meaning and it starts to hurt trading overall. And to make things worse, value websites make them worth a lot. In my opinion, this is one of the reasons trading feels worse than it used to. The overuse of the word exotic has kind of ruined the concept in Adopt Me. On the other hand, preppy value is different. Cuteness actually does matter in Adopt Me. And it's okay to say a pet is worth more because it looks cute. However, there's still an important condition. The pet should also be old. If a pet is cute but not old, it shouldn't suddenly be worth a huge amount just because value websites say so. Preppy value makes sense when it's backed by age, not when it's applied to every new pet. I can't understand why these new pets are worth so much on those value websites. So now should I trade an evil unicorn for a Balin unicorn? And what's going on with Frost Dragon on these value sites? Does it really have low demand? Obviously not. It's one of the most desired pets in the entire game. Honestly, if I keep seeing things like this influencing trades inside of Adopt Me, then I might start using Buffalo values. I see people not even accepting trades anymore and saying things like, "You're 0.001 under," then they pull up a value website and say, "I'm over on values." Because of value sites, people aren't really trading for what they like anymore, they're trading for numbers. And personally, I don't care about values that much. As a mega collector, if I'm looking for something, I'm willing to overpay for it. It honestly doesn't matter to me if I'm technically losing. If I get what I want, that trade is a win for me. Guys, let me know your opinion about value websites in the comments.